It's the weekend, y'all. What's going on? So, this Saturday, I decided to live it up. And although I've done the 5K hot chocolate run many times before, this year was a little special. So, here I am picking up my bib, and I decided to forego the hot chocolate. So, I had to pass up that table. But I got my bib, I got my sweatshirt, and as quickly as I got into that expo, it was time for me to get the heck up out of there because I already know how it is. You stand around long enough and you start buying things. So, as quick as I got in there, I got up on out of there. Bye. Now, it wasn't just like I was trying to get out of there. I actually had an agenda for today because I told myself I was going to start living my little best life. And so I decided to do just that. I have never been to some of the vegan restaurants in the city. So I decided, hey, before my class, I'm going to take myself over to this spot called the Happy Hippie. And I found it online. I just typed in where there's some vegan spots near me. And so I had about a good hour and I ran into this really cute food kitchen. And I mean, I saw everything there from different wines to they had a French fry place, y'all. Oh my God. And it was so cool. It was like 20 or 30 different food trucks in one area. But they weren't food trucks, they were actually restaurants. So it was like a collection, it was a food hall. And when I tell you, this is not the last time I go there because I haven't explored everything yet. Like, look at those cookies. I didn't indulge, I promise you I didn't, but they look so good. This right here, I'm coming back for on my next trip. Okay, even. So as quick as I got in there, I had to get the heck up out of there as well because I have a class that starts at 12:30. But I did need to eat because my class is going to take a lot of energy. So, look y'all, this is a chicken vegan. It's a vegan chicken. I don't think it's made out of soy, but it was definitely vegan chicken and it was like a hibachi with the yum yum sauce. I am in love. All right, off to class. So I know y'all thought I was probably talking about some academic class. Haha, I'm a dance class, guys. For the record, I'm going to ballet. Little do most people know, I took ballet when I was a youngster, and I've always been in love with the dance. The next morning, I got my behind up at 5 a.m. and it was time for me to run for some chocolates. Here we go. All right, so the hot chocolate run, it moved a couple years back. So it's over in the same area as I think it's the Olympic Park, I believe it is. I had to get across the street because, yeah, the cars were coming and the wind was really blowing this morning. It was really, I think that was what made it so cool. But I'm looking at Atlanta and it's starting to look a little like New York, y'all. Anyway, I had to take my little self to the restroom. I had to tinkle and I had to make sure I was good and all set before the race. So I went in to the the Omni Hotel, and I got warmed up and I stayed in here for a moment until it was time to get on to the race. Time to go. Now, look, I had to walk a little bit quickly because I didn't have my little safety pins. So I had to go find me some safety pins. And when I tell y'all, if y'all can see how the wind is blowing my bib number, y'all, it was so cold. And really, it was 45 degrees. But to be honest with you, with the wind blowing, it made it even colder. So it made it real difficult for me to put that doggone bib on this morning. Before you know it, it was time for us to line up. The sun was coming out just a little bit, but not enough. Like they were talking like rain, but thankfully it hasn't started raining or it didn't rain during the race. We are at the starting lineup, and it was time to get going. This lady was so funny at the beginning. She said, "You're gonna have to earn your chocolate." I'm thinking, huh? All right, so along my way this time, I actually walked past the Old Lady Gang. And if you guys know anything about Keith Lee or Miss Kandi Burruss in Atlanta, here's her restaurant. Okay, look, so I'm like an OG hot chocolate race runner. I started running maybe about 2011, and when they decided to have the hot chocolate race in Atlanta for the first time, oh, I was there. I never get water, y'all, so, I was good. I did know that the hill was coming up, but for some reason, I never stopped to get water. I just keep it moving, okay? And before you know it, we're at the end of the race, y'all. Like 3.2 miles later, those people on the left, those are the 15Kers. They were awesome. This is not my actual time, you guys, but this is the time that I finished. And here's the coveted medal. Here we go, folks. That was what it was all about. I have to say, this is one of the cuter medals that we've had in years. I loved it, but time to go eat. So I decided to take myself to a place called Sun in My Belly, I believe it is. But my cousin brought me here a couple months or so back, and I was in love with their French toast. And I said, okay, I'm done with my fast. So now that I'm done with my fast, I can have coffee, I can have sweets, and I can even have meat if I so choose. But I was being good. So here's what I decided. I was definitely going to have my coffee, got a little oat milk, and I figured, well, maybe that'll take the edge off a little bit. It was okay. I didn't really like the coffee as much, but, it was what it was. Here's my favorite meal. I didn't intend for all that syrup, but I'm glad they didn't put too much on it, and I couldn't even eat the whole thing. Oh, that's vegan sausage, by the way, y'all. Okay, but here's what I did. I went to my favorite spot and I got the good Egyptian regular coffee. So kudos to me. Happy weekend to y'all. And we're going to try this again next weekend.